If you're like me and you're starting to feel like your 9 to 5 is turning into a 24/7, then this video is definitely for you. I know what it feels like to have your job slowly but like kind of aggressively start to tip the scales of your work-life balance and drain you of all your time and your energy. It started with me feeling really lost, a little bit confused, and definitely overwhelmed. I kept thinking, am I wasting these precious years of my life? How will I have the time to pursue my dreams to achieve a future where I have freedom? And then lastly, of course, the common question of everyone in their 20s is, how come I'm not like everyone else in their 20s who already have a home, who already have started their own business, and are as successful as can be? Really, side note is that you can define your success. You don't have to be held to the standards of other people, but we all have days where we compare ourselves to other people's success and what the I guess mainstream media defines success as, which is having a house at 20. But then I had a huge epiphany. Here I am, sitting here offering you all these tips on self-improvement. I'm offering you guys practices that you can implement into your life in order to feel the effects of this self-improvement. Meanwhile, most of you have been feeling the way I only just started feeling all along. Most of you have already had this 9 to 5 or a job that feels overwhelming and is creeping into your personal time. But I'm here giving advice through the mindset of not having had this job. Several of you guys have been trying to navigate the balance of work and life and presence all along. And maybe you guys watched my videos before and came away honestly feeling more hopeless. I hope that you didn't, but maybe you did because you just became aware of another practice that you don't have the time to implement. I really hope that my videos did not do this for you, but I understand it if they did, because I understand what that feels like now, because I watch these videos and they give me tips and I feel like I don't have the time to implement them. However, this is something that we can change. Here is where that ends. From now on, you guys are going to come away from my videos feeling nothing but inspired. I realized that the universe gave me this challenge to essentially improve the content of my videos. The universe gave me this challenge so I can learn to navigate it, share my findings with you all, in hopes that I'll be able to create more honest and vulnerable content that is more reflective of the human experience for you guys. I kind of had a realization that it was a blessing in disguise, but I realized that if it helps me help all of you guys, then it is definitely a blessing for sure. But now enough of all that and how we can relate to each other. I want to share a piece of advice that really helped me get out of this spiraling headspace of feeling lost and confused. This piece of advice thoroughly changed how I viewed my 40-hour-a-week obligation, and it really reframed it into something positive in my life instead of something I often dreaded. Literally just a few weeks ago, maybe even last week, I felt like I was drowning in all of the time commitments I have, and I felt like there was no way I could pursue YouTube on the side because I just felt so overwhelmed with all the things that I had to do. But just a few days of implementing this practice, which doesn't even take any of your time, helped me create the headspace where I viewed my new 40-hour-a-week obligation as something beneficial rather than something that was hindering me from pursuing and achieving the future I wanted. I viewed it as a stepping stone in that direction. This practice alone actually helped me develop the motivation and dedication to script 3 videos, film 3 videos, and also journal every day of the week, which are practices that I struggled to implement for a while, and now I feel like I'm really getting the grasp of maintaining these habits. So now let's go through the actual exercise that I'm actually talking about and hyping up so much, and I hope that it's able to do the same thing for you. The main piece of advice that I feel like I need to give you is that you need to sit and close your eyes and honestly sit with the feeling and the idea that every part of your life has a purpose. Don't simply say, this part of my life has a purpose. You have to sit and witness the purpose around you, and you have to try and witness what the earth or universe is trying to teach you about this specific plan that it has for you. And then once you kind of fully mentally and emotionally grasp this purpose, it should be able to get you through any emotional turmoil, as long as you remember that in the hardest of times when you really don't want to get up for work the next day, you have to remember that there is a purpose behind all of this. And you going through with it is just getting you faster to where you want to be. So part of what has created this mental shift is that realization that this part of my life actually has a purpose. I have slowly started to gain faith that I am where I'm meant to be, but at the same time, it's still taking time. I still slip back into my old ways, but slowly but surely I'm gaining that solid faith that right now is exactly where I'm meant to be. And in that sense, I am opening myself up to all the lessons the universe is trying to teach me. It becomes kind of like a mental game. You're trying to spot all the little lessons in your everyday life that the universe is trying to teach you. And then it kind of becomes like a little challenge. How quickly am I able to learn this lesson? The quicker that you learn the lesson that the universe is trying to teach you, the quicker that you're able to move on and move to the next step. The longer that you resist a lesson that the universe is trying to teach you, the more you'll be stuck in that place. Although it may not feel like you are where you want to be right now, try and remind yourself that where you are right now is in no shape or form deterring you from where you want to be in the future. It is simply the universe's very strange way of getting you there. Trust that although this path right now does not meet your expectations, it is actually exactly the path you need to be on in order to get where you want to be in the future. The universe has a really funny way of doing things, but trust that it has your best intentions in mind. I think the biggest thing here is that trust. You need to build that trust with the universe. And this can be done in a certain way that I specifically used. And it is to remind yourself of these truths every single day. You need to write them down or record yourself saying them. In particular, you can record yourself saying this exact quote and then listen to it over and over again. I'll read it to you right now. This part of your life has a purpose, and it is all part of the universe's divine plan to get you to where you need to be. The universe has your best intentions in mind, and although this path does not meet your expectations, it is the path that will get you to where you desire. You are on this path for a reason. Turn it into a game to discover the reason and receive the lessons that the universe is trying to teach you. Open your mind to the beauties around you currently and see their purpose in making your next step that much more beautiful. Listen to your own voice repeating these truths. Play it in the background of your commute or on a walk to the grocery store or while you're washing the dishes in the background, just in your headphones. Slowly, these truths will make their way from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. And this is kind of like a passive way to get your brain to accept these truths. If you're like me, you will notice the results almost instantly. Your subconscious will just accept these truths because what you tell your subconscious is what it believes to be true. Whenever you're feeling down or lost, you can play the recording and just remind yourself that it will all be okay. This is merely part of your human experience and your journey. This is one extremely simple yet profound piece of advice that has really shifted my perspective on my personal 9-to-5. It has honestly given me the energy I need to pursue my goals again on the side. However, this is not the only piece of advice I use to shake that negative mental headspace. My next two videos are also aimed at people working 9-to-5s or people just feeling depleted of their energy and feel like they're unable to pursue their side hustle or whatever their passion project is. And I feel like now I'm in such a good upswing after having these realizations, and I'm really getting motivated again, and I feel dedicated again to this project and this whole passion of mine. I genuinely felt a huge shift in my mental and emotional energy, and I just feel prepared to start filming again and really taking this seriously. So stay tuned for those, and don't forget to use that advice. Listen to a recording of yourself over and over again, repeating that you are exactly where you're meant to be and that the universe will figure out and help you get to where you need to be in divine order, far better than your worry and irritation in your mind will. So I guess with that being said, I will catch you guys on the flippity flop. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next two videos. Bye.